Alcatraz Escape. The 1962 escape from Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary involved inmates Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin, who were considered some of the most determined criminals of their time. For months, they secretly widened the vents in their cells using handmade tools carved from spoons, pieces of metal, and other scraps. To avoid detection during nightly inspections, they created realistic dummy heads from soap, toilet paper, and human hair, complete with painted eyes. On the night of June 11th, they climbed through the narrow ventilation shafts to reach the roof, then descended to the shore and set out in a makeshift raft made of raincoats. Despite an extensive manhunt, no confirmed trace of them was ever found. Some speculate they drowned in the icy waters of San Francisco Bay, while others believe they successfully escaped to freedom. The mystery has cemented Alcatraz as the most famous prison in the world, the Maze Prison Escape. In September 1983, 38 IRA prisoners executed a meticulously planned breakout from Northern Ireland's Maze Prison, a facility designed to hold high-risk political prisoners. Over weeks, they secretly hid smuggled firearms and improvised tools within the prison and then used them to overpower guards in a coordinated assault. They hijacked a maintenance lorry and crashed it through the main gate, allowing dozens of prisoners to flee into waiting cars in the surrounding countryside. The escape shocked the UK government and the public, highlighting flaws in prison security for political prisoners. Many escapees initially avoided capture, and some rejoined the IRA to continue operations, making it the largest prison break in British history. Clinton Correctional Facility Escape. Richard Matt and David Sweat's 2015 escape from New York's maximum security Clinton Correctional Facility is a modern tale of ingenuity. The two inmates spent months cutting through steel walls, pipes, and cell blocks using tools secretly smuggled into the prison. They navigated a maze of hidden tunnels and ventilation shafts to reach the outside world, where they vanished into dense forest. Authorities launched a massive, multi-state manhunt involving helicopters, bloodhounds, and hundreds of law enforcement officers. The escape captivated the nation, not only because of its boldness, but also due to the inside help they received. Matt was eventually shot and killed, while Sweat was recaptured after 3 weeks on the run, exposing serious flaws in prison security and oversight. Stalag Luft 3 Escape. During World War II, Allied prisoners held at Stalag Luft 3, a German POW camp, carried out what became known as the Great Escape. Prisoners spent months digging 3 tunnels, nicknamed Tom, Dick, and Harry, using improvised tools hidden in clothing and tables. They developed complex methods for disposing of dirt, creating forged papers, and fashioning civilian clothing to avoid capture once outside. 76 prisoners made it through the tunnel called Harry, but 73 were quickly recaptured. Tragically, 50 of them were executed by the Gestapo, a war crime that shocked the world. Despite the high cost, the escape became legendary, immortalized in books and films, and demonstrated the courage and ingenuity of men in captivity. Papillon Escape. Henri Charrière, nicknamed Papillon, was convicted of murder and sent to the notorious French Guiana penal colony in the 1930s. Papillon became famous for his relentless determination to escape, surviving harsh conditions, disease, and brutal punishments. He attempted several daring escapes, including scaling cliffs, navigating treacherous rivers, and building improvised rafts. At one point, he endured weeks alone on a small quay with minimal supplies. Eventually, he successfully fled to Venezuela, documenting his harrowing journey in his memoir, Papillon. His story remains one of the most famous examples of perseverance and ingenuity in prison escapes. The Texas 7. In 2000, 7 inmates at the John B. Connolly unit in Texas carried out a daring escape. They overpowered civilian maintenance workers and guards, stole clothing, and hijacked vehicles to evade authorities. The group then embarked on a crime spree that included theft and confrontations with police, creating nationwide headlines. Law enforcement launched one of the largest manhunts in recent U.S. history. The escape ended violently when police located the group. One was killed during a standoff, and the remaining 6 were captured and sentenced to death. The Texas 7 case revealed significant weaknesses in security protocols and remains one of the most infamous modern prison escapes. Koh Tao Prison Escape. In Thailand, an inmate at Koh Tao Prison orchestrated a bold escape that captured national attention. Using improvised climbing tools, the prisoner scaled the high, reinforced walls under the cover of night. After reaching the outside, he swam across open water to a nearby island and disappeared into the dense local terrain. The escape highlighted not only the inmates' ingenuity and courage, but also the vulnerabilities in the security measures at remote facilities. News outlets widely covered the event, turning it into a story of both suspense and amazement at the length someone will go to regain freedom. Escape from Devil's Island. Devil's Island, off the coast of French Guiana, was a penal colony notorious for its brutal conditions. Inmates faced harsh labor, tropical disease, and constant surveillance. Despite the dangers, prisoners attempted escapes using improvised rafts, tunnels, and bribed guards. Many perished in shark-infested waters or in the dense jungle, but a few managed to reach the mainland in freedom. The stories of survival and escape from Devil's Island became legendary, symbolizing human resilience in the face of extreme adversity. These daring attempts inspired literature and film, painting the island as both a prison and a testing ground for human ingenuity.